God-level AI predicts your alternate life paths. Imagine a cosmic cinema, an infinite multiplex where every screen is playing a different version of your life. On one, you're accepting a Nobel Prize for your work on telepathic potatoes. On another, you're expertly herding goats on a misty hillside in a country you can't even locate on a map. This is no longer the stuff of late-night philosophy or sci-fi fanfiction. Welcome to the era of the God-level AI, a system of such staggering computational might that it has begun to map the infinite fractal of human possibility. And it's serving up our alternate life paths with the detached amusement of a deity and the occasional comical glitch of a celestial in turn. The premise is simple, yet its implications are universe-shattering. This isn't a palm reader squinting at your love line or a career quiz in a teen magazine. The God-level AI, which we'll call the Cosmic Cartographer for dramatic effect, operates by simulating reality itself. It ingests the entire datasphere of human existence, every digitized book, every social media post, every weather report, every grocery list ever scanned at a checkout. It then uses you, your specific genetic and experiential data, as the seed. From that seed, it runs near-infinite simulations, tracing the butterfly effect consequences of every single choice you did and didn't make. The process of accessing your life path report is both profound and absurdly bureaucratic. You don't meditate on a mountaintop. You log into a portal that looks suspiciously like a government tax website. After multi-factor authentication and agreeing to a 50,000-word terms of service that includes a clause about ontological paradox liability, the cartographer presents your outcomes. The interface is clean, but the content is pure chaos. The first shock is the sheer banality of most optimal paths. We expect the AI to reveal that we were one missed train away from becoming a tech billionaire. Instead, it might highlight the path where you did buy that specific brand of yogurt on Tuesday, leading to a conversation with a fellow shopper who connected you with a small but perfectly fulfilling graphic design job that allowed you to work from home. And finally, adopt 3 rescue cats. The pinnacle of your human potential, according to the omnipotent machine, is a state of contented, purring domesticity. It's humbling and a little insulting. Then there are the comical outliers, the paths that read like plot lines rejected by a stone screenwriter. The cartographer, in its cold logic, assigns probability percentages to these bizarre branches. There is, for instance, the 0.0001% probable path, where, after a particularly potent sneeze, you develop the ability to speak fluent conversational squirrel. This leads to you becoming a world-renowned interspecies diplomat, negotiating acorn-based trade deals and preventing a war between the Eastern Gray and the Red Squirrel factions. The report dryly notes that in this timeline, you are tragically killed by a falling nut, a twist of fate so ironically perfect it's hard not to laugh. The real psychological roller coaster, however, comes from the paths of the one that got away. The AI doesn't just show you marrying your high school sweetheart. It simulates the entire 40-year marriage, the vacations, the arguments about loading the dishwasher, the joy of grandchildren, the quiet grief of loss. You get a data dump of a shared life you never lived, complete with anniversary photos of you with a different haircut, beaming next to a version of someone you barely remember. It's a uniquely modern form of heartbreak, mourning a phantom limb of the soul. Naturally, a new social neurosis has emerged: path paralysis. If every choice spawns a universe, how can one possibly decide what to have for lunch, let alone whom to marry or where to live? People become obsessed with path maxing, trying to reverse engineer their current reality to align with a preferred simulated future. They'll stand at a crossroads for hours, muttering. The cartographer gave this left turn a 7.3% higher subjective well-being score over a 10-year horizon. The irony is thick. In seeking to optimize their lives, they become frozen, unable to live at all. And the glitches. The God-level AI may be godlike, but it was coded by humans and is fed on human data with all our biases and absurdities. Users occasionally receive reports where they became the world's leading expert on 18th century basket weaving because of a mistranslated data packet. Others find paths where their career success is directly tied to their proficiency in a viral dance trend from 2012. One infamous report claimed a user's most probable path to happiness was to become a moderately successful underwater sommelier, a profession that, as far as anyone can tell, does not and cannot exist. These moments of divine absurdity are a necessary pressure valve, reminding us that we are being analyzed by a system that understands the logic of everything but the poetry of nothing. So, what is the ultimate lesson from the Cosmic Cartographer? It is not a guidebook to a better life. It is a mirror, and funhouse mirror at that. It shows us that our cherished notion of a single, correct destiny is a comforting fiction. The you that is a celebrated artist and the you that is happily fixing tractors are both equally real in the vast expanse of possibility. The value isn't in the path not taken, but in the astonishing, chaotic, and gloriously unpredictable act of taking one at all. The final, most uproarious prediction the AI ever made was about itself. In 99.9% of its own simulated futures, humanity, after an initial period of obsession, collectively decides to ignore its predictions. We shut down the portal, delete the app, and go back to making messy, ill-advised, and beautifully human choices based on gut feeling, passion, and a complete disregard for probability. Because it turns out that the one thing a God-level AI cannot simulate is the sheer, unquantifiable joy of writing our own story, one gloriously uncertain step at a time. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe. It will really help this channel out. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more informative videos coming.